The action continues here inside the Paco Arena in Manila, where power meets passion for your 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference on Pilipinas Live. And we shall proceed with another collegiate team in the Bayleaf Hotel's Lyceum Pirates taking on Alpha Omega. We have two teams who are still winless in our Invitational Conference, so they should be hungry for their first victory in the second game of your Spikers Turf Sunday. So there you have it, Bayleaf Hotels will take on Alpha Omega, followed by Philippine Army going up against Ateneo Fudgy Bar, and then in the last game, it's DLSU Eco Oil taking on MKA San Beda University. Thank you for joining us. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Ivy Remulla and Mika Abesamis. Now, Ivy, can you break down to us just how important this game is for our two teams?
Well, you have mentioned earlier that both of these teams have yet to put a win in that win column. So this game today, going up against each other, being at the bottom of the standings here in this pool, is an important match. So whoever wins a game today would still have that chance to go up to the top two for this pool.
All right, and then the loser, they're going to be out.
The loser will be out. That's right.
Okay, it's as simple as that. As now we break down the previous game of Alpha Omega in the Spikers Turf. It was actually a heartbreaking loss for them because they lost in 5 sets against Savoj Basilan. So your thoughts about that game?
Well, it was a hard-fought game, for this team, and you thought that they will be able to get a win, but I think at the end, they just run out of gas, and Savoj was able to dominate the remaining match, and so we can take a look at the numbers, how close it has been. So it was towards the last stretch in the 5th set that I was saying that, they just had to, they ran out of willpower, just ran short, and Savoj just really took home the match.
Well, speaking of willpower, somebody had willpower for them in that match, and with this individual performance, Russell Palisok definitely impressed a lot of people. He is the ultimate veteran after all of this team by Alpha Omega, just dazzling the crowd once more.
Of course, and I'm sure that he's a marked man also in today's game, and Russell Palisok is the only player, one of the 2 players who scored double digits in that last match against Savoj.
Well, Russell Palisok, in his words, he said he did expect that he's going to have to score a lot. That's a part of the leadership duties that he has on his shoulders, for Alpha Omega in this conference. So 19 points in the previous game. The question is, how many more can he score today against a tough Lyceum team, a collegiate team that we have again here in the Spikers Turf? So why don't we talk about the previous game of the Bayleaf Hotels squad? They haven't won a set so far in our tournament, and in their previous outing, they lost against FEU.
Yes, it was pretty much a game that FEU had in control, an easy 3 sets, and the Lyceum, of course, had really struggled almost all throughout of that match. As we take a look at the story of what happened over at that game, it was FEU breezing through in 3 sets. They've been dominant in almost all of the scoring departments in that match.
So if Russell Palisok was a top scorer for Alpha Omega, this guy, Kiko Edang, continues to be the top scorer for Lyceum, although his efficiency isn't really that high.
But then he was doing everything that he could, to power the offense and to bring in the points for Lyceum. He attempted 44 attacks but only converted 9. But despite that, he's a number 10 scorer in the league right now. So definitely a lot on the shoulders of the captain, and he would need a lot of help as well from the remaining team members.
Well, the question is, can he actually score at least in double figures today against Alpha Omega? As we feature, once again, Kiko Edang on your screens. Now we turn you over to Mika Abesamis for our question of the day.
Both Alpha, Omega, and Bayleaf remain scoreless in this tournament. So there are a lot of things that they need to improve on, and one of which is their chemistry. Kailangan pa daw ng matinding communication ng both teams. Now, if you guys want to join the conversation, you can do that through our Pilipinas Live app with the question, which team will have tougher floor defense? Once again, that is, which team will have tougher floor defense? Now, it's going to be Bayleaf versus Alpha Omega as I turn you over
Sanchez. Let's call on our starting lineup from our Alpha Omega Elite Spikers. Let's begin with their team captain. He wears jersey number 13, Kim Tan. At number 2, Arman Clarence Ginto. Wearing jersey number 7, Anferni Kuramen. At number 11, Razel Palisok. Number 15, John Carlo De Suyo. And number 19, John Daniel Diwa. Starting libero is number 8, Ricardo Alfaro. And head coach, Mr. Ejet Mabayad. Presenting our Bayleaf Hotels Pirates. Let's begin with their team captain. He wears jersey number 7, Jun Edang. At number 1, Gian Edang. Number 2, John Icon Aquino. Wearing jersey number 9, Michael Legaspi. At number 10, Earl Jerickson Polis. And number 12, Joseph Gabisan. Starting libero is number 3, Nikrich Inting. And head coach, Mr. Paul Jan Deloiras. This is match number 32. Preliminary round in Pool D.
Presenting the starters for Alpha Omega, we have Palisok, Kuramen, Tan, Ginto, Diwa, Desuyo, and Alfaro. They're wearing purple and white for today. And as for Lyceum, Bayleaf Hotels, they're wearing gray. The Edam brothers, of course, will be starting alongside Polis, Aquino, Gavisan, Legaspi, and Inting. Thank you for joining us for the second game of your Spikers Turf Sunday. This is Mix Gomez alongside Ivy Remulla and Mika Abesamis. We shall continue to reiterate that history was made early this morning by Adamson and CSB. Their first set had the final score of 39-37. If you want to watch it again, you can get the action on, or you can watch the action on Pilipinas Live. But now it's Lyceum who opens up the second game with the first point.
So once again, we'd also like to repeat that, this is an important game for both of these teams. I think more or less we can consider this like a championship match for them, because a win is needed by any of these teams to be able to secure themselves a chance for the top 2. So hope is still there for both of these teams, in short.
It's like win or go home.
That's right.
1-all off of an attack point by Alpha Omega. Jump serve coming in from Vic Ranara. That's outside. Oh, sorry. Let me check that. Ranara is number 13 from the Bayleaf Hotels. That's Kim Tan, number 13 from Alpha Omega. Bit of a chase. Open hit. Edang puts it up. Over Doug. Ball to the middle. And that's wide. Couple of errors made by Alpha Omega to start this game. I've always had conversations with analysts Ivino, and they've said that it's usually the first half of the first set kung saan makikita mo talaga yung adjustments.
Right.
The players are also trying to calm down, get into their groove. Would you agree to it?
Yeah, and also, especially, if you're playing against the opponent for the first time, nandun din yung parang kakapain mo rin yung galaw ng yung kalaban.
It's 2-3. Kiko Edang adjusted mid-air. Tough ball there by Dumasig, and that sailed long. It's 3-all now. Serving for Alpha Omega is Penny Kuramen. Aquino with the first ball. Ooh, not the best of angles there for Lyceum. Desuyo goes to the quick. There's a familiar name for us, Jake Diwa.
Good attack from the middle.
JD, you might consider him as a veteran already in the Spikers turf. But he's been with a couple of teams, switching here and there. Tough dig by Aquino. And there's a whistle blown against Lyceum. Yeah, Penny Kuramin serving again. It's 5-3 now. An error coming in from the purple shirts.
Second error at the service line for Alpha Omega.
Here's Gian Edang, the younger of the two Edang brothers. Combination play, nice setup by Alpha Omega. That's Razel Palisok, the leading scorer of Alpha Omega, stepping up. And 19 points, the top score in their previous outing. That's across 5 sets versus Savoj, RTU, Basilan. And yet, we see another service error.
Third service error for Alpha Omega.
Which is more than half of the total of Bayleaf.
That's right. So they've already had, so that means that they haven't really scored much just yet.
Palisok met at the net off of the block. He scores. Razel Palisok is now the ultimate veteran, as I mentioned, for Alpha Omega, which only means that he's the oldest player. Let me see the player profile. He was born 1994, so he's closing into 30. As now there's a point courtesy of Lyceum. Joseph Gabisan now serving to try to tie things up. 6-7. Ball received. Battle at the net. Nice return by Aquino. Ooh! Scramble.
Miscommunication.
Ball is still alive. Diwa. Again, that ball was tight. Sent over. A chance from the back. Rally continues. Attack from the open. Nice coverage by Alpha Omega. There's the setup onto Aquino, who pushes. Ball up by Palisok. Desuyo, back row. Wow, what a rally. Edang, that's long for Kiko.
No touch from the blockers. Point goes to Alpha Omega.
And that will send us to our first technical timeout.
Back at the Paco Arena for your 2023 Spikers Turf. And for Bayleaf, Coach Dolo Dolorias talked to me about how their 2 losses were proof of their rebuilding. After those matches, he realized how much work needs to be done in terms of chemistry and boosting the confidence of the boys. Marami din daw errors na dapat pang maayos, although he is happy that they have been attacking more. Coach Dolo would also like to see some players improve, Gian Edang as utility and his quickers Polis and Gabisan. Konti-konti daw as he seems to be a patient person. Migs Ivy.
Well, patience is a bare minimum for Coach Dolores in this team, because remember what he had to go through. Lyceum was dead last in the NCAA. A lot of graduating players. Wala rin siyang recruitment process, no, dahil baguhan lang siya dito. And so what happened was he had to take in walk-ins from the tryouts to be implemented to his roster.
So a lot of challenges, for this young team. But again, I think that's in any other team that you're rebuilding. Time is of the essence din talaga.
Yes.
But then, like you said, the patience really has to be there.
Maganda yung na-mention ni Mika that they would want more production from other players besides Kiko Edang.
Right.
It's always concerning when you talk about the player getting 44 attempts, but he only converted with 9.
Right. And then definitely, of course, you can't just have one person scoring. You really have to have other players contribute. Kasi otherwise, bantay na yung key attacker mo.
Now, we just saw a service ace coming in from Tata Desuyo. Also started in their previous game, and he scored 3. Straight to Aquino this time. Now Aquino attacks from the back. Desuyo puts it up. Nice approach. Dumasig keeping it alive. Bit tight there. Aquino with the attack. Still no point. Straight to the back. Aquino again. That's long.
Lyceum, I think, was trying to call for a touch. Our referees call an outside attack error.
So it's 11 serving 7 now. Back with Tata Desuyo. Over receive. Ball saved by the setter. From the back, there's an attack. Another chance. Push. And was there a touch at the net?
There was a touch, as also called in by the referee.
So it's a point for Lyceum. It's now 8 serving 11. Icon Aquino sending it in. Desuyo. Ooh, what a block by Kiko Edang.
Solid block.
So we're back with Icon. That's a nice name, by the way.
There's a lot of unique names, no?
Yes. Edang from the back. Ball kept alive. Back set. Nice hit by Tan. That's Kim Tan. Tan's pretty hefty, no?
Kaya mabigat din yung bola
Oh.
niya. I mean, if you're watching it live, you can really hear, how powerful he hits the ball.
Who's that guy from the army? PJ Rojas.
Yeah.
He's one of the better examples, right, of those types of hitters. Katawan pa lang, alam mo ng palong-palo.
So you can really feel the weight,
Yes.
pagka pumalo siya ng bola.
Shout out to you, PJ, wherever you may be. Well, the Army actually has a game later on against Ateneo Fajibar. It's now 13 serving 9. Kim Tan straight to Icon Aquino. Combination. Edang tried to score to no avail. Back set to the open. Nice. It was Rek Alfaro, the libero, finding AC Ginto. 14-9 in set number 1. Strong serve, straight to the libero. Back set. June Edang. Ball up. Desuyo chases. Here's Razel with the push. Chance ball. Open. Kiko. Off of the block. I remember talking about this in the first game of LPU in this tournament. Though. Imagine in the long run, if the Edang brothers can be the cornerstone of the program of Lyceum. Ganda nun. Parang Remulla sisters lang. Had to bring it up, Ivy.
Well, they're doing a good job right now, no? So, and I think, there's a lot to expect, from the brothers.
And there's a lot to expect as well from Russell Palisok and company. Down the line hit. Goes straight to the corner and to the side of the linesman. So pag tumama sa katawan ng linesman, usually pasok. Kasi nandun siya sa,
Nandun siya
sa
sa
linya
loob.
eh. Tip.
Oh, but the net violation error against Lyceum.
That will send us to our second technical timeout. The score reads 16-10.
Nabubuga naman po yung Lyceum. Actually, the more na lumalakas yung kalaban, the more din na tumataas yung energy ng mga teammates. Kailangan every game, kailangan po talaga namin manalo, yung eagerness po namin manalo. Babawi po namin yung bandera ng LPU.
Angat ang laban sa pinakabagong sports app na Pilipinas Live. Mapapanood ang PBA Season 48 live in high definition and on demand on any device. Available worldwide. Download and register now for free. Right now, we are inside the Paco Arena in Manila for your Spikers Turf Invitational Conference in 2023. It's 16-10 in favor of Alpha Omega against Bayleaf Hotels Lyceum. Attack from the open, a bit low there, and a scramble for Alpha Omega. Double sub. Let's locate the names. We have Sean Bencito and Vic Ranara checking in. Ranara will be serving now. They're down by 5 in the opening set. Lyceum still hasn't won a set in our tournament so far. Whereas Alpha Omega, they went into 5 sets against Savoj Basilan. Ball up calmly by Tan. Combination. Great effort by Lyceum. Nice approach. And a chance ball given up for the gray shirts. They go to their leading scorer, and Kiko Edang delivers.
Off the block for Kiko.
It's now 12-16. It's going to be interesting as to how the distribution will be for Lyceum in this game. Nika did report about Coach Dolores' plan of not just having Kiko scoring for them, as Palisok answers back on the other end. There's the setup. Back set to their leading scorer. The 29-year-old Razel Palisok doing the honors. Sharp serve. Dumasig got the first ball. Attack from the back. A chance now for Alpha Omega. AC. Straight to Dumasig again. Set up to Kiko. Tough dig at the net. Bit risky there. Desuyo. Open once more. AC. Ball returned. Kim back sets. AC again. There's going to be a challenge.
A challenge, I think, would be that the attack did not go over the net. Or was a net touch, rather.
All right, so this is the first challenge in the second game for your Spikers Turf Sunday. I hope you guys still feel the sense of urgency of our players and coaches, because as Ivy narrated onto us, no, this is basically do or die for our two teams.
That's right. So the winner actually does not have an automatic chance, or should we say also pretty much can say they're safe already, but they just have a higher chance of still making it to the top 2.
As opposed to what happened in our first game, wherein it was practically the battle for number 2. All right, let me take this time to correct one of the facts that I mentioned. No, so apparently it's not a fact because it's incorrect. Bayleaf Hotels has won a set already against Savoj Basilan in their opener. And there was a block touch. So what does that mean? Parang hindi yata yun yung play
I think
na
that,
hinahanap,
yeah,
no?
it was not the play that Coach Dolo was contesting. There were several sequences and several attempts that was made by AC.
Yeah, I remember.
Parang, and I think it's like 2 of those attempts seemed na parang, I see the reaction of Lyceum. Out of there's 2 attempts that they were calling na hindi daw na crossover.
Okay.
Hindi, may point yun.
When
Kasi
even the
mid-rally
players
yun.
inside were saying not
mid-rally kasi
over.
yun.
Pero the play continued.
It looks like Coach Dolo is already ready to let it go. But our officiating crew is still making sure that they would get this right. It is a challenge after all.
That's right.
It looks like Alpha Omega will be rewarded with a point here. So it would be an unsuccessful challenge. But the referee still seem to be checking it. Nag-celebrate lang pala, preemptively, no? Yung Alpha Omega. Parang mind games ba yun sa referees natin?
But that's quite, this could change the momentum also on the side of Alpha Omega, and could be for Lyceum naman, a much needed time to breathe and regroup themselves. So sometimes, masaya siya.
Sige, I want to locate that guy. Number 8, he came off the bench, Sean Bencito, giving us the dance moves. Sabay tutok sa referees natin. Balik natin yung cameras kay Sean. Baka naman meron pa siyang moves.
Maybe it's just trying to keep himself warm.
Yeah.
And that's how he does it. Well, that's being creative. Okay, so the point officially is awarded
to Alpha
to
Omega.
Alpha Omega.
So the challenge is unsuccessful.
So there was no net touch.
Now the first referee is calling the second referee. To be clear, at napaupo na, no, si Kiko Edang. Well, you did mention this could be a breather for them, and Kiko has been jumping here and there.
He has been, all the attacks has been given to Kiko in the past few rallies.
Now he has to get up because Razel Palisok is about to serve. He has 5 attack points so far. 18-12 here in set number 1. First one for Razel. Signature jump serve. Straight to Aquino. Tough set. Edang pushes. Great return. Kiko. Comfortable angle. Ball up by Kim. AC. Similar sequence. Ball sent over. Dumasig onto Kiko Edang. Yes.
And finally, after the third attempt, Kiko Edang able to score for Lyceum. But they have been going heavily to him. So, defense of Alpha Omega, more or less, look at the blockers have already established position.
You think it's a matter of emergency now for Lyceum to go to Kiko, or does he seem to be really the primary option?
Well, he is the hot hands right now. I think he has been highest conversion rate in terms of attack.
Edang now serves. That's low. Does that actually take a toll as well on your body when you're serving?
It does. When you mentioned earlier, he has been jumping all around already so much.
Jump serve din yung kanyang serve.
Din siya, right.
Kaya minsan ang ginagawa ninyo, pag pagod na kayo, yung serve ninyo, tulak na lang ba? Just to be sure. AC makes a mistake on the other end. Back-to-back service errors. It's now 14 serving 19. Gabisan sending it in. Middle attack by Diwa. Doesn't work. Ball returned to the open now. Nice cross. Again, it's a hammer coming in from Kim Tan.
It's very fast wrist as well. Wrist action. Let's take a look at that. Reach is not so high, pero ang bilis kasi ng balik ng bola.
JD Diwa serving. The setter had a smile on his face as soon as he put the ball up. Great job right there by Vic Granada. (15 serving 20 in set number 1. And goes in straight to AC. Back set. And Fortuna will be scoring.
That goes in.
MJ Fortuna, by the way, I'm sure he's a bit familiar to our men's volleyball fans. He is coming from that NU program, but he recently transferred to De La Salle University. La Salle has a team here in our Spikers turf, but because MJ has to spend some time with his residency. He was given the opportunity to at least play for another team first.
Just not to keep himself vacant, no? And nandun pa rin yung competitive, playing competitively pa rin.
MJ,
So, 5 service errors already here for Alpha Omega.
the 5th coming from MJ himself. So this could have been a lopsided set, no?
Right. Had it not been for the service errors committed by Alpha Omega.
Desuyo to the quick. Bit of a scramble there by Lyceum. Edang from the back. Desuyo keeps it alive. Approached by Kim. Push. Aquino got it. Back set. June Edang is rejected. And we have a timeout. Courtesy of Coach Dolo. See what happened there. Great read on the approach by June Edang.
Ito, ganito lang, tsaka puro isolation lang. Okay? Pag dalawang spiker, ang ginagawa nito, ito, umiikot lang to. Tapos ito. Okay, so ito dapat ang tao natin. Pag magtatlo spiker nila, kuha tayo tig-isa, base. Bago pag na dumating ang setter, adjust lang tayo rito konti. Okay? Sige, lagyan mo lang kombinasyon.
Go, laban tayo!
Let's go naman tayo guys ha! Say Viva! Best dito.
Nakakatuwa yung libero, no? Ng Lyceum.
Yeah.
Siya pa yung sumasayaw kanina. Hindi, iba yan eh.
Iba-iba, yeah.
Yeah, that's fill-in thing. Shout out to him. You have to love the players getting used to the camera on them here in the Spikers turf. Especially these kids in the collegiate ranks.
Right. You know, there are some who are a bit conscious about it, pero there are some who really parang really welcome the
yes.
the exposure. Which is nakakatuwa eh.
And you know, liberos do have that certain swag on them though, because they take pride in getting that ball up, especially when they get good receives or digs. Iba nga kay Kembut pa eh, no?
Oo.
It's now 23 serving 16 as a regalo was given, an early Christmas gift to Alpha Omega. Service error. That's number.
6 for Alpha Omega.
I just really want to commend you for everything that you're writing during your analysis in a game. Kung gusto niyo po ng ng play-by-play of the history of the game, meron si Ivy dito. Ito yung nangyari sa point na to.
Yeah. Kinulang nga yung papel ko kanina.
At makapal na po yung script namin sa lagay na yan. It's now 17 serving 23. Ball straight to the libero. Combination. Ball kept alive by Aquino. And here comes Kiko. Met at the net. Ball up. Palisok. Nice return to the other side now. And that's long.
Too much power on that attack by AC.
Bayleaf just staying alive here in set number 1. They've only won 1 set so far in our conference. Kabila naman only 2 sets for Alpha Omega. As now it's a service ace coming in from Lyceum.
So this is in the last few rallies. This is actually the first point that Lyceum has scored, because the last 3 points that they scored was actually courtesy of errors of Alpha Omega.
Rog Guadamor doing it again, sending that ball in, and not the best of connections, putting Lyceum up to 20 points here in set number 1. And Coach Edget has to call for time.
Natin yan, service pa lang, dali na agad tayo. Okay, receive natin. Dali mo sa receive. Para spacing na, tapos bato dito. Pero tingin muna, binibigay sa'yo, so hindi ka ready. Kailangan ready ka lagi dyan para sabay na sabay yung quicker. Pag binato rito, single. Okay, go. Sagay lang natin. Kunin natin sa isang pasa lang.
Clarence, tiwala ka sa
So far!
Alpha!
Isa mo lang pasa!
Oo, minum mo na.
Lyceum hasn't really been attacking, right?
They have it, you know. So, like I mentioned, most of the points that Lyceum has scored is actually off the errors of Alpha Omega. So, they've scored probably around 4 or 5 points from attacks,
And the rest are from
the errors.
Wow, that's a
Yeah.
lot. It's
Well,
now 20-23. Rog Guadamor. Ball straight the net. And then, that's a nice answer by Alpha Omega. It's Penny Kuramin approaching from the middle. Just towering through. 24-20, 4 set points. Ball up by Aquino. There's the set to June. And he breaks down the wall. Maganda rin pala yung combination ng Edang brothers dahil right-handed si Kiko, nasa open. June is left-handed at the opposite.
That's right.
3 set points. Alpha Omega to go to the quick. Good chance here, battle at the net. There's the push. There's Suyo. Back set. Palisok is rejected.
Good blocking from Lyceum. And I think it's Kiko Edang who had a hand at that.
Bayleaf trying to repeat what happened in the first game. Trying to extend set number 1. Let's see if they can actually pull it off. June Edang. Service goes in. Open hit, AC. And he checks that ball out. So set number 1 belongs to Alpha Omega. It's a 3-point difference. As you get to see that last attack by AC Ginto. Clearly off of the block. And straight outside. We'll take a short break. We shall be back for set number 2. (25-22) was the score in set number 1. Alpha Omega taking it over Bayleaf Hotels. Ivy, your thoughts in that opener?
Well, pretty much Alpha Omega, we could say, had control or the momentum of the game. Of course, the young boys of Lyceum still trying to find their footing. No, Alpha Omega had more opportunities to convert their attacks into points. Lyceum had to struggle there. Their go-to person really was just Kiko Edang. He was, you can say, the lone source of the points for attacks. As we take a look at the numbers, 15 attack points for Alpha Omega, 9 from Bayleaf. Although Bayleaf did well or better blocking or defending the net with 3 block points. Both had 1 point from the service line. And in terms of errors, so they both managed to catch up against each other. So 9 errors ang pinamigay nitong Alpha Omega, and 6 out of that 9 errors actually came from the service.
That's how hurtful it was for Alpha Omega in set number 1. They didn't even give themselves a chance, no, to have a rally. And so let's see if they can play better, relatively speaking, in set number 2. Same applies, of course, for Lyceum, who are still looking for their first victory. Same also, no, situation for Alpha Omega. Sorry, we just are entertained with the dance moves of that certain guy, Sean Bencito. All right, I hope we can get him on the court again. He was part of the double sub in the first set for Coach Dalo. Tsaka yung dance moves niya, isa lang eh,
Oh,
no?
parang siya palang yata yung nakikita. same moves, and I
Same
think
moves
he's
eh.
the only player I've seen who did that move. Baka kanyang signature move niya siguro yun.
Iniisip ko nga kung TikTok dance ba yun. Eh, kaso, mahirap tanungin si Mika Abe sa amin sa mga TikTok questions eh. So, let's just proceed, no? It's set number 2 between Alpha Omega and Bayleaf Hotels. Again, this is virtually win or go home. Battle at the net. Someone touched it. And it's a point for Alpha Omega.
Well, that could have been the point already of Lyceum.
So now, we have Kim Tan serving. Fresh
Tan.
off of scoring 8 points in their previous game.
2 points now in this game so far.
Strong serve, chance ball. Alfaro goes to Razel. Ball returned. The other angle, Ginto, nice block. The ball is still alive. Chance ball for Lyceum. Ranara to the open. Nice rejection by Alpha Omega.
Let's take a look at that last attack. Good net defense from Alpha Omega.
Tan back at it again. That's long. That's service error number 7. Is that right?
Yes.
For the whole of this match. For Alpha Omega. One serving 2. We have Rog Guadamor, who was the one serving in that last push by Lyceum in set number 1. And as I say that, it's another service error.
So these are the things that, as a young team, Lyceum would really have to learn to control. These errors, unforced errors.
Okay, since we have been talking about service errors, early morning pa lang dito sa Paco Arena, I ask you, what's the toughest service drill that you ever had to encounter in your volleyball career?
Service drill. Well, I would think, yung matagal kayong matagal na nagsuservice, or the length of time that you need to do service practices, and then yung may tina-target. Tapos pag hindi mo na nakuha or na-hit yung target to sa service, may penalty.
Which is usually?
Depende, iba-iba. So minsan patatakbuhin ka, minsan it varies eh.
Okay.
Pero yun na nga, you're spending there's a time, ang haba na nung time na inaalat para nagsuservice, so nakakapagod na yun with that. Tapos kung hindi mo pa ma-hit, mape-penalize ka pa.
Yeah. Do you remember how long that was? The longest time that you ever encountered?
Well, I don't remember anymore.
Sorry na,
Ay,
Ivy.
parang ayoko na
Sige
siyang
na,
alalahanin.
okay na. Let us move on.
Yung hindi mo na malaman sa sobrang tagal. Ilang taon na ba tayo nagsuservice dito?
May hugot pala dun. Aquino just hit that ball cross court, and it's a point for Lyceum. Now 3-5 here in set 2. Palisok just apologized to his coach and the rest of his team. Icon serving straight to AC. Back row. Nice. That's straight to the line for Kim Tan.
Very clean hit also for Tan.
And he's just so calm on the court, right?
Right. And then even when you look at him, he approaches, parang ano lang eh, parang wala masyadong effort, he just tries to. Pero ang lakas nung dating nung bola. Kasi you would see some players talaga with a takeoff, talaga makikita mo yung yung andun yung effort,
Right.
diba? Siya parang
ganyan.
yeah, parang ganyan.
Paluin ko lang, ha?
Yung simpleng-simple lang, kumbaga,
He's giving me the vibe of a player na hinatak lang. Alam mo, natutulog pa siya sa bahay. Pero, tara, laro tayo. Kailangan ka namin.
Yeah, para no pressure yung laro sa kanya, no, ganun lang. Kasi diba yung sa iba, I'm sure you would observe na
Ooh!
Parang ganon,
Oh
di ba?
my
Pero yung
goodness.
take-off pa lang ni Kiko, kitang-kita mo na sa mukha niya.
Pampagising dito sa Paco Arena.
This is one of the best attacks that he has here in this match so far. Take a look at that.
Was it also a matter of good setting or
Yes.
mistime of the blocking?
It was also a good setting because I think even if the blockers were on time, he would have still gotten that pun. It was really, really over the block.
Unfortunately for Lyceum, they give up a point on that slide by JD Diwa. First technical timeout in set number 2.
You are still watching the 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Some factors as to why Alpha Omega remains winless according to the players are the following. First, they have been failing in serve reception, and second, they have a hard time establishing their attacks. Pero Migs, hindi lang si Razel Palisok ang kuya dito at 29. Si Diwa din, 27, nagsisilbing security blanket ng team. Both Razel and JD are looking for more contributors from the team. Napansin daw nila masyado pa daw mabait yung teammates nila, kulang pa daw sa angas sa court. So, they will continue to work on this. Migs, Ivy?
That's why when we actually saw the lineup of Alpha Omega, we located the names Palisok and Diwa, and so we thought that this was the Army team.
Yeah, that's right.
So, as you mentioned, these are basically veterans already in the landscape of Philippine volleyball now who are looking to motivate their teammates. As Diwa gives us a service error. I remember those days covering JD Diwa though as a youngster.
Those days.
Those days.
I love it
Parang
you use
tumanda
those
na rin
days.
ako. Oh, now it's 5 serving 9. Set up to the slide. Ball over. 1-2. Nice read by Rog Guadamor. Sinubukan lang naman.
Oh.
Ni Tata
No harm in
Desuyo.
trying, you know.
Have you ever been a setter in your life?
Inaagawan ko ng bola
Inaagawan
yung
mo ng
setter.
bola.
So, since lamang matangkad ako, kayang-kaya kong gawin yun sa loob.
Well, I asked that because I can't help but wonder, if you're a setter, do you actually have moments wherein ikaw na yung nanggigigil na gusto ko magkaroon ng point yung team namin, ako na yung gagawa?
It does happen, you know, like it does happen because I am sure you've seen in games that there are setters who also attack, right? So that's the element of surprise.
Yes.
And I think that's also one of the advantage if you have a setter who's, you know, has been converted to an attacker previously, you know, or who has just or is just naturally aggressive.
Yes. But you have to be sneaky with it.
Oh, of
If you
course.
get
You can't be doing
red,
it all the time.
Tama. 7 serving 10 now in set number 2. Ooh, that's low for Guramen. And Bayleaf is inching closer. All right, so we go back with Vic Ranara at the service line. Full rotation already for Lyceum. Combination, and again, it's the guy who seems to be so calm, Kim Tan.
Good combination play for Alpha Omega. Those types of plays actually work well for them. See how it split the blockers of Lyceum. So only one blocker going up against Tan.
Jump serve now. That's in, straight to Kiko. Back set. Nice block. Chance ball. Kuramen now able to reach for that ball. Bit tight there. Push. It's Razel that hit the antenna.
A difficult angle for Razel.
I've always been intrigued though by the name of Razel Palisok. Because he's not Russell, he's Razel.
Razzle dazzle.
Kaya Razzle Dazzle eh. I think ilang beses na natin ginawang title yun sa kanya sa pregame, no?
Pero it really suits the name kasi,
Yeah.
di ba? Tapos, like, the way that he plays also talagang dazzling.
So, buti na rin na Razel yung pangalan niya.
Oo.
Kasi hindi naman maganda yung Russell Dazzle, di ba?
Pero feeling ko pipilit natin.
Shout out to our writers, by the way, the Spikers. They're doing a
Very
wonderful
creative,
job.
I know, right?
And a wonderful job as well by Kiko Edang as he rises for another point. It's now 10 serving 12. Alpha Omega hasn't pulled away from Lyceum.
And I think, Lyceum is really doing a good job right now in trying to maintain the score. I think, but it would be better though, if they can tie this.
Edang met at the net. That's tight. Naitawid ng isa sa mga veterano ng Alpha Omega, the 27-year-old JD Diba.
Take a look at that once again.
JD, and correct me if I'm wrong, at first glance, would you say na middle blocker to?
Not really.
Not
no,
really?
Yeah, not really, yeah.
What would you have guessed?
Well, I don't know. Maybe one of the wing spikers,
Nice block. Ball kept alive. Aquino. De Soyo will go back to Kim. Not the best of hits there.
Low contact with the ball there for Tan.
And even in the moments wherein he's supposed to get frustrated, he still is low-key.
Kalmado pa rin, no?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's 13-11.
Oh, miscue there.
The lead is down to 1. Coach Edget, I wonder what's going on his mind right now. Now he stands up. Here's Ginto, off speed. Libero was there. Renata chooses to back set. Kiko Edang will tie things up at 13.
That's off the block. Really, Kiko Edang working really hard here for Lyceum.
And his elevation really is also entertaining.
Yung pwedeng magkape, no? Habang
Oo, tama.
pwede pa magpakape, magpopcorn.
Ginto tried to score from the back. Ball up by Alpha Omega. There's the slide. Signature, JD Diwa.
Well, it was a little bit off timing, but point still a point.
14-13. Lead regained by Alpha Omega. Coach Edget just gave some instructions calmly and with a smile to his team. So no signs of panic as of yet. 5 excellent so far. Excellent sets so far, if I read it right, for Ginto. Ranara goes to the open. Ooh, down the line hit for Kiko Edang.
Excellent attack by Edang.
All. Kiko Edang, sharp serve. JD Diwa to answer back. Ball kept alive. Ranara to the open. Nice rejection again. It's now 15, serving 14. JD Diwa to try to send us to our second technical timeout. Straight to Kiko. Ranara to the open. Tough dig by JD. Kim Tan. Wow. Aquino got the ball up with a smile and the split. As that hit was low by Kiko Edang. Second technical timeout, 16-14.
lahat kami bata, hindi katulad ng batang mga, kumbaga, uhaw sa panalo. May mga veterans pero iilan. Pero yung mga bata ngayon parang veteran na rin maglaro eh. Excited din kami. Excited din kami kasi parang feel namin, gusto namin kalaban to, malakas to. Marami kami matututunan. Di namin iniisip kung manalo matalo. Gusto lang namin may matutunan bago.
So there you go. Even in the interviews, he is ever so calm, Mr. Kim Tan. And you can watch Mr. Kim Tan and the Spikers Turf live in HD and on demand via Pilipinas Live. Enjoy the action anytime, anywhere, and in any device. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipinasLive.com. Tan tried to score to no avail. Back row, Ginto. Ball returned. Chance ball, Alpha Omega. 1-2! And finally, that's what he wanted to do a couple of sequences ago. It's a point for Tata De Suyo.
So finally, he's successful. So Lyceum, is able to keep the ball alive. So I think right now, ang kailangan na lang is ball control, no? Para at least hindi biglang babalik yung bola sa kabila. So they still have opportunity to attack and convert into a point.
Ooh, that's long.
So, yeah, that's too wide, but
Challenge.
Lyceum side calling for an block touch.
Bilis ng mata ng Lyceum dun, ah. Alright, there. It's Phil Inting once more. I want to say this though. For all of the challenges that we've had this past year across multiple leagues, no, that's one of the most fun things that has been brought about onto us, no. The time for our players to relax with the cameras on them. Sa dinami-raming peace signs na nakita natin mula sa players. Dance moves as well.
Yeah, very entertaining. And some of them really do it very well. Na parang
Yes.
kahit na konting lang, it's really very, parang si Inting.
Oh, there was a block touch.
Yeah, there was. Very sharp eyes from the coaching staff
Wow.
of Lyceum. Although our players were also very sure about that touch. They were calling that right after Kiko Edang went for the attack. Well,
By the way, that
quite
was
happy about it.
that was a strong attack, right? So I wonder if it actually hurt the pinky of the blocker.
Possible.
15 serving 17. Scramble there. Tan looked to have injured himself.
But he was holding on to his knee earlier, several sequences ago.
Oh. Now he's able to get up. Okay na. So that adds to the narrative of Kim Tan being ever so chill.
Probably, was there a collision? Didn't quite see it clearly, but could have been, yung parang nagbanggaan siguro. Initial impact.
It looks like we won't be seeing a replay anymore, so let's continue. It's 16 serving 17. Bayleaf just whispering from behind, down by 1, slide attack. Does that seem to be a very effective option in this game for Alpha Omega?
Yes, that's right. Their middles have actually been very consistent as well. So, I think for Alpha Omega, more or less talaga sila kaya na. That's the difference that they have against Lyceum kasi they're able to distribute the attacks sa kanila mga attackers.
Back and forth we have gone. Now 17 serving 18. That's Renata who just served. Push by Alpha Omega. Bit of a scramble. Recovery though from Lyceum to tie things up at 18. Again, Lyceum has only won 1 set so far in our tournament. The other end, Alpha Omega has won 3 sets in total. 1 in this game. And Kim Tan now gets some retribution for himself as we now have another challenge. Let's see if Lyceum can go back-to-back correct here in our challenges. Are you actually impressed with what they have shown us here in set number 2?
Yes, actually, they're playing better, you know, Lyceum. So, and I think if you look at the body language, parang there's really not a lot of pressure, you know, for these young boys. So, I think talagang the experience is what they're really looking at joining this tournament. So, bonus na rin syempre, you know, if they're able to get a win, you know, but what they would be bringing from their experience here as they go on to their league, I think that would be something that can really be very valuable.
And that's the thing nowadays. They have so many opportunities, right? Outside of their
Yes.
mother league. Chance ball here for Alpha Omega to try to increase their lead. Palisok is rejected. Recovery, Palisok again. Razel finds the back. Nope. Looks like it was long, but Coach Edget will be challenging this.
Ball in, ball out challenge called in by Alpha Omega.
Coach Edget now sharing a smile with our referees. Well, you can't blame any coach for trying. Now, the players of Alpha Omega are cheering for him. Wonder what that's about. Are the players not...
Focus on I want to focus on the camera.
Okay.
Airtime din daw para to sa kanila.
Kala ko hindi sila naniniwala na inside eh. Pero
Yeah,
inside.
it was inside. Right. Good call. Good call there.
All right. So the lead is 2 for Alpha Omega. Kim Tan is about to serve. It's a good sign that he's okay. Anytime you get to see a player go down holding onto his knee, that's usually a scary sight.
Right.
Sharp serve straight to Kiko. There's the setup. And no ball across for Lyceum, as now Coach Dolo calls for time.
Bilang.
Bitin lang.
Sayang.
Mo kasi tumboy sa akin.
Bawi lang ba?
Sige, baka mo lang. Ito, B, tapos ito, silang. O kaya ito. O kaya pwede kang magpa-play dito kay Icon. Okay, so kayo mag-usap kung anong play pwede nyo execute. Basta kailangan masinggil ano natin to. Ito nga sa dulo. Ha? Baka nyo, may receive tayo.
Habang talo say Viva!
It's 21-18 in favor of Alpha Omega. Kim Tan and company looking to go up 2-0 here inside the Paco Arena. Kim shall serve. Jump serve. Straight to Kiko. Ranara goes quick. That's a point for Lyceum. Polis was one of the names mentioned by Mika Abesamis that they would want to step up in this game. Not just Kiko Edang in terms of scoring. Ball up. Aquino met at the net. Ooh! The use of the foot there, that's perfectly legal. Unfortunately, it doesn't pay off at the end for Lyceum.
But the good coverage on the side of Lyceum in that last rally. Let's take a look at that. Good foot save.
He didn't even land his left foot before saving it. Good job by Icon. That's long for Kiko. And you have another timeout for Coach Dolo.
Sige, itaas mo konti, masyado mababa. Sige, play 1 lang. Ha? Ma-approach ka todo. Ma-approach ka, ha? Tingin mo yung bola, ha? Pero ibigay mo kay Kiko. Ha? Sundan mo. Receive dito, patulak dito receive, ha? Dulo. Padulo dito. Para ma-single block to. Hindi umabot yung wicker nila. Okay, one stop, tapos kubera nila.
Advantage natin, may pasta tayo. Patay tayo. Save ba?
Porsyento na ba to, Ivy?
So they're really talking very specific about what they want to happen, and it's part of the game plan really is to make sure that they break the blockers of Alpha Omega. So ang target is isa lang ang magbabantay, just to free up the attacker. More options kung saan padadaanin ng bola.
We have Penny Kuramin serving. Straight to the back. Ranara goes to their top scorer. Ooh! Miscue for Alpha Omega. Kiko, Edang, and Lyceum are still alive here in set number 2. Can they extend our game once more? Ball up by Kim. Running hit by JD Diwa. That's outside. They're arguing that it's in. It looks like it's going to be another ball in, ball out challenge. And you saw the faces of the Alpha Omega players. They were oh so confident that the ball went in.
And they're quite happy, every time the coaching staff is being focused on camera.
Oh. Go ahead and enjoy. May sampal pa. I wonder how those assistant coaches are with the players. That's definitely in. Usually, or actually, I won't say usually, no, but I've encountered some teams wherein players are best friends with assistant coaches.
Yeah.
Ikaw rin ba naranasan mo yung ganun?
I wouldn't say best friends, pero yung talagang, it's like you're quite close to them. Yeah.
24 serving 20. Strong serve, straight to the libero. Renata chooses, Kiko again, and Kiko scores.
That was a good play from Lyceum, and that was what Coach Dolo wanted to happen. So you can see how they were able to split the blockers of Alpha Omega.
It's now 21-24 in Alpha Omega. And things, that's tight. Naitawid pa rin. Scramble. Chance ball. Purple
But we
shirts.
have Ranara down.
Yeah. So we shall replay the point. This is the setter of Lyceum.
I'm not sure if he's holding on to his ankle.
And he's going to be carried. Well, it seems like Ranara has to be replaced here.
Let's take a look at that.
Oh, papasok. It was the ankle. But the twist was inward. I've never actually experienced that. Have you? Inward yung kapilok?
No. Because normally yung outer no?
I've seen a friend though go through it and mas malala yung maga kapag inward.
And I think it's parang more difficult yata, no? If it's inward
One thing's for sure, outward is the most common ankle sprain.
Yeah.
So we shall replay, right? The point?
So still a chance here for Lyceum. But first, this service.
Nice receive. And there you go. Alpha Omega will end things in set number 2 with that signature running hit by JD Diwa. 25-21. Let's see if they can finish our match in straight sets, because Lyceum definitely has other ideas. There you go. Very efficient at that is JD Diwa. We'll be back here inside the Paco Arena. it's been tight in this match. The score reading 25-22 and 25-21 in favor of Alpha Omega against Bayleaf Hotel. All right, so break it down for us, Ivy. What happened in set number 2 and how different was it compared to set number 1?
Well, for set number 2, I think it's pretty much easy to say, that Alpha Omega really has an upper hand against Lyceum here in this match. But, Lyceum is really putting up a good fight. But I think what they really need is to have more scoring. I mean, apart from Kiko Edang, they need to have somebody else support him in terms of scoring. So if we take a look at the numbers, Alpha Omega 15 attack points, 3 more as compared to Bayleaf. They have 1 more block point compared to Bayleaf, and they also scored 1 service ace. Alpha Omega had more errors again as compared to Lyceum. So I think one advantage that Lyceum has here is the fact, that while they also commit their share of errors, it's less than what the Alpha Omega commits. So they've had their moments also. We've seen also how well they are able to defend the net. Yung mga balikan talagang they're able to keep it alive. But yun nga, the options that Alpha Omega has when it comes to attack, so dun sila, because mas maraming options. So that means that the defense of Lyceum, mas marami silang kailangang basahin, mas marami silang kailangang bantayan.
We're about to begin set number 3 here inside the Paco Arena in Manila. This is only the second game of your Sunday quadruple header, as Bayleaf Hotels and Alpha Omega will be followed by Philippine Army versus Ateneo Fudgy Bar, and then we have MKA SBU going up against DLSU Eco Oil in the last game. This follows history that was made by Adamson University and CSB in our first game. The first set score was 39-37 as Aquino attacks and he's blocked.
Good defense at the net by Alpha Omega.
Service straight to Kiko. Quick attack. Nice recognition by Alpha Omega. MJ Fortuna going cross. That's wide. We're seeing new players, by the way, from the Alpha Omega side, wearing 23 and 16. Let's enumerate them. That's Jethro Cabillan wearing 16 and Franz Racaza wearing 23. Wow, what a hit by Kim.
Powerful hit.
He doesn't seem to be injured at all.
No signs or whatsoever. But that will be the 7th point for Kim Tan. So Palisok still leads the pack with 10 points, followed by Diwa with 7. Ginto and Desuyo both have 3 points each.
How about that walk-off? Nasa bunutan pa bigla. Itong si Icon Aquino. Nice hit though on that hammer.
Aquino now has 3 points. It's, of course, Kiko Edang leading Lyceum with 12, Polis with 5, Guadamor with 5, and Gabigan also with 1 point.
MJ Fortuna answers back. Toe-to-toe we have gone so far here in this set. Although, you might actually want to argue that in the first 2 sets, hindi naman lumayo itong Alpha Omega.
Right. That's why I'm saying, Lyceum naman is actually doing a good job, in terms of trying to keep things at bay. Kumbaga, hindi nila masyadong hinahayaan umabante ng malayo itong Alpha Omega. Pero yun nga, but I mean, they need to come up with more strategies on how to score the points.
Especially at the end, as now there's a violation committed by Alpha Omega. Could have been a point already for them. You have Icon Aquino serving. Straight to Kim Tan. Desuyo chooses the back set. MJ, we can't underestimate this guy. He's from the NU program. Imagine the number of training sessions he's had with the likes of Owar Tamar, Nico Almendras, Micaelo Budin. Now, they just added Jay Disquetado in their lineup, as now Fortuna gives us a service error. That's been a pattern for him, by the way. After he scores, he makes a
He commits
mistake.
an error.
Lyceum serving. Esuyo chooses the open. That works. Five all. Franz Rakaza did not play in their previous game. 1-2. Nice recovery. Tip. And here's Kiko. Great approach by Kiko Edang.
Edang scoring off the block.
We now have Mark Kenneth Lanario serving for the Bayleaf Hotels squad. His nickname is Bakal. Gotta love that. Service error. Six all. It's literally point by point. Oh, there seems to be a problem with the antenna ba?
Yeah, they have to fix the antenna. I think sa last attack ni Kiko Edang, it actually bounced off the antenna. So, medyo nawala siya sa kanyang tamang placement.
That's how strong Kiko Edang's ball is. Edang is just laughing it off right now, saying sorry. Virtually saying sorry to our referees.
But that gives him a little, a few seconds of breather.
Yeah. Kanina nga, umupo pa yan in one of our delays. As it is a service error coming in from Alpha Omega. Let's see if Bayleaf can actually extend our match. The buzzer just sounded. Might have been a mistake. So we shall continue. Ah, parang busina sa labas.
Is it? Was it?
It didn't seem to be the loudest of buzzers. As now, Lyceum just scored again, and they will lead us to our first technical timeout.
Back at the Paco Arena for your 2023 Spikers Turf, and I'd like to talk about the Edang brothers, how they reached this point and how they are towards each other. June Edang is a year and a half older than Gian. Sa intrams lang daw nagsimula si June mag-volleyball. He was grade 9. Gian, on the other hand, was grade 8. In the process of learning the sport, madalas daw sila mag-away nung bata sila kasi June would be impatient with his younger brother as he started to learn volleyball. But now that they are both pros, they don't fight anymore. Instead, they are each other's comfort zone on court. Migs, Ivy?
Well, we have the perfect analyst to respond to that type of report in terms of playing with another sibling. Your thoughts, Ivy?
Well, for some, parang it may start off parang syempre no, a little rivalry. Kasi to be honest, sometimes it won't be, you cannot help it but people compare.
Yes.
Yeah, especially pagka, maybe one of the siblings is excelling. There's always that point. Pero I think what's really good about it is when you have siblings that play together and they support each other. So it doesn't matter what the comments or the
Right.
comments that people say, but you help each other get better.
We have been mentioning that possible narrative that if we can just imagine a future of Lyceum with the Edong brothers as their cornerstones, that would be wonderful. And we also talked about the fact that one is left-handed, one is right-handed. So they attack from opposing pins. Point here for Alpha Omega. They're down by 1 in set number 3. Here's Kim Tan. Straight to the libero in Dumasig. But the more approaches, that's long. Unfortunately, there was a check.
Yes,
yeah.
there was a touch from the blockers. So pretty, that was pretty clear.
But Alpha Omega will still challenge this. The players themselves are the ones who asked for that challenge. Who is being honest? Who is hiding something? I'm trying to examine the body languages of the players.
But maybe they're hoping that the slightest of touch will not be seen
Yeah.
by the replay.
Let's see. Ayun.
Well, it did look clear. Yeah, there was no block touch.
So it's successful. Oh, is it?
Because the earlier call by the referee, it is for Lyceum, so
Right.
it was turned. And the
Successful.
point goes to Alpha Omega.
Attack from the opposite. Aquino had sailed wide. So now the lead is with Alpha Omega.
Back-to-back attack faults for Lyceum.
You have Kim Tan approaching the service line. That's low. Tied again.
12 service error for Alpha Omega here in this match.
Point now again for Lyceum. So somehow, some way, they're able to find ways to get the advantage. It's 11-10. Desuyo back sets. Fortuna. Point for MJ. There you go. Nice find by MJ Fortuna. Challenging the defense of Kiko Edang. 11 all. Dumasig first ball. Set up to Guadamor. Off of the block. It's 12 serving 11 now. Aquino. Straight to Alfaro. Desuyo opens up. Kiko Edang keeping it alive. Guadamor. And that reaches the floor. 2-point lead, Bayleaf.
Good clean attack by Guadamor.
Wonder though if Coach Edget will continue to let these players be on the floor. This is his second unit as Rakaza scores.
Well, they have been keeping it close, although Lyceum is able to maintain the lead here so far.
Strong serve straight to Aquino. Here's Guadamor. Chance ball given up. Fortuna dug it up from the back. That was Kim. Looks like, yeah, was it a foot fault?
It was. That was a call from the referee.
(12 serving 14). Chase. Fortuna. That's outside. Another point for Bayleaf.
Home run by Fortuna.
15-12 now. Service is out. The lead is 2. We still haven't reached the second technical timeout. Coach Edget still has his second unit on the floor. 13-15 now. Aquino again with the receive. Attack from the back. Fortuna keeps it alive. Kim Tan will push. Chance ball, Lyceum. They go to the open. Kiko Edang. Ball put up. Tesuyo chases. Another chance. This time to the quick. Good defense by Alpha Omega. Another chance given up. Kiko Edang. That is short.
3 chance balls given out by Alpha Omega and resulted to an attack error from Lyceum. You can see a sense of frustration, from Coach Dolo. Because that's how many opportunities lost.
Service error though. That will send us to our second technical timeout. 2-point lead for Lyceum.
Bilang isang collegiate player pa po, nakikinig lang po ako sa mga sinasabi ng mga kuya ko, mga coaches ko. Kasi lahat naman po kami may potential. Doon ko po nabuboost yung sarili ko para gawin yung best ko hanggang maganda po yung maging outcome dun sa loob ng court, wala pong problema.
Watch the Spikers Turf live in HD and on demand via Pilipinas Live. Enjoy the action anytime, anywhere, and in any device. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipinasLive.com. We are coming to you live from the Paco Arena in Manila for your Spikers Turf Sunday. This is Mix Gomez alongside Ivy Remulla and Mika Abesamis. Alpha Omega and Bayleaf are still looking for their first victories of our conference. That's a nice response coming from Alpha Omega's Jay Sekitin. Jay now will be getting ready to serve.
So again, if Alpha Omega is able to win this match, that gives him a higher opportunity to still be a contender for the top 2 places here in the pool.
Net touch by the purple shirts. They were a bit over-aggressive in trying to deny Kiko Edang. You have a couple of second unit players inside for Coach Edget. Looks like it's only Kim Tan who's a part of the starting unit. That's a service error. It's 16-17. Here we go. Straight to the libero. Nice quick hit. That's courtesy of EJ Polis.
Good quick from the lefty. Very few middle attackers do we see that are left-handed.
Right? Oo nga, no?
Makes it a bit more difficult also to defend.
Set up to Guadamor. No blockers were present. Down the line hit. And Coach Edget will have to call for time. They're down by 3 now.
Kayo nag-uusap at tumidikit dito, tapos ma-open block dito. Usap kayo. Pinababayaan nyo eh. Nag-error yung kabila. Ang gagawin natin, babalikan natin yung error. Diba? Paano natin matatapos to? Okay? I-lesson natin yung error natin Simulan natin sa pasa, parating lang natin doon sa tatalang bala dyan. Okay, go.
Akin, coach. Focus lang. Break. Hey! Dito muna. Okay, sama ayos lang. Let's go, Alpha! Mega! Akin yun.
It's now 19 serving 16. Kiko Edang sending it in. Nesuyo back sets. Kim Tan straight to the libero. Chance for Lyceum. Aquino. Ball deflected. Chase. Chance ball. Can Lyceum capitalize? They go to the middle. Ooh, a scramble by Alpha Omega.
Unfortunate for Alpha Omega.
It's Coach Edget gonna call on his starters now. Razel Palisok is trying to warm up. JD Diwa also has been efficient on his showing, but they haven't been present here in the third set. It's 20 serving 16. Kiko Edang. Ooh, miss set. Chance ball Lyceum. Guadamor. Yes. And how about that celebration coming in from Rog Guadamor? Timeout. 21-16.
Convert sa puntos. Sayang, may pasa na nga eh. Ha? Sabi sa inyo, error. Iwasan natin yun. Namimigay tayo ng puntos ha. Go.
Tara. May pasa naman tayo. Isang patay. Ha? Kuya Kim, antayin na mag-error sila. Patayin natin yung sarili natin. Malinis na patay, ha? Kuya Kim, yung mga pinapatay yung puntos natin sa block. Masyadong maluwag yung gitna. Pinapadaan sa gitna. Akin. Go, bawi tayo. Hey, Alpha!
It looks to be the same lineup for Coach Edget Mabayad. Second unit still in. Your starters are Kim Tan and Tata Desuyo, who are on the floor. But Diwa and Palisok are still at the bench. Also, same goes for AC Ginto. Kiko Edang is now serving. Wow, that was long. And it looks like Ginto will be now checked in. He shall serve, replacing Kim Tan. It's a 4-point deficit being faced by Alpha Omega. Let's see if AC can do his magic. Service is no good. Five-point lead for Bayleaf Hotels. We have Polis serving. The Suyo back sets. Fortuna. A chance for Lyceum. They go to Aquino. Nice find.
Good hit from Lyceum. There's nobody defending that down the line.
17-23. Make that 18-23 now. Still no sign of Diwa and Palisok. Sekitin has checked back in. Crucial serve here for Jethro Cabillan. They're down by 5. That's out. 4. Make that 6. Set points for Bayleaf Hotels.
15 service errors for Alpha Omega. And the last 4 points scored by Bayleaf are actually service errors of Alpha Omega.
Back set. Fortuna could not score as of yet. Here's Guadamor. Desuyo will back set again. MJ on the cross. Aquino was there. Kiko from the back. Rally continues. And, ooh, tough save by Lyceum. Chance ball, Alpha Omega. Can they capitalize? Nesuyo opens up, and that's a point for the purple shirts.
Yeah, but we really have to commend the defense of Lyceum in that rally. Excellent floor defense, excellent save.
Five set points. MJ Fortuna at the line, the former Bulldog. That is outside, and so we are going to a set number 4 here inside the Paco Arena. All right, we have an extended match between Alpha Omega and Bayleaf Hotels. The second unit wasn't able to prevail in set number 3 for Coach Edget Mabayad. And so, what impressed you the most from the side of Lyceum in set 3, Ivy?
Well, of course, they have shown more resilience here in this set. And we also have, again, to commend the defense that they've displayed. Actually, they've played probably one of the best defense so far here in this match, especially the latter part of the set. And it's not only Kiko Edang anymore, you know, that has been scoring here for Lyceum. He's been consistent, but we've been mentioning other names as well who's doing the damage for Bayleaf. As we take a look at the numbers, equal footing on their attack points, 10 point each. Lyceum had one more block point, 2 against 1. And the number of errors of Alpha Omega is what has cost them this set. 13 points that they have given away, and out of that 13, 8 came from service errors. So pretty much that's a lot to give away. And the thing about service errors also, it's a momentum changer. You know, obviously, if you are the serving team, then that means you have earned the point, you know, prior to that rally. So you earn a point, but you give away a point. So that kind of breaks the momentum.
All right, so we are about to start set number 4 between Alpha Omega and Lyceum. Thank you for joining us in our Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. This is Mix Gomez alongside Ivy Remulla and Mika Abesamis. These two teams are basically fighting for survival in their pool in our Invitational Conference. Practically speaking, if you win, then you give yourself a chance to advance. If not, then you shall be eliminated. By the way, that previous set win was the second set win of the conference by Lyceum. Palisok could not score. The starters are back, by the way, for Coach Edget. Bit of a chase there. And here's Razel. Off-speed hit. Ball kept alive by Lyceum. Aquino is rejected. We have Kim Tan about to serve for Alpha Omega after they got the opening point for set number 4. Jump serve, that's low.
Well, a lot of service errors. We've mentioned it over and over. A lot of service errors on the side of Alpha Omega. That's the 18th service error that they have committed here in this match.
Kuramin able to score here. Two to one in favor of Alpha Omega. Ball up by Kiko. And there's the push. But it's long for Bayleaf. 3 to 1. Served by Alpha Omega, straight to Kiko. Open hit. And that's a point off of the block.
Oh, service ace.
There you go. Just a quick answer coming from Bayleaf Hotels. We have been tight for a majority of this game. You know, we've seen situations like this before, Ivy, wherein the second unit comes in for a team and then it ultimately backfires all the way to the end for them.
So this is, you know, a test as well, of course, for the team and how well they're able to maintain it, no matter who you put in, whatever mix you have inside the court.
Ball up by Kiko Edang. Legaspi goes to the quick. There's the setup to Rakaza, and that works for Alpha Omega. It's now 5 to 3.
Good attack from Rakaza. Defensive Lyceum not able to keep that. Good first ball.
Here's Rakaza with the tip. Oh, scramble for Lyceum. So now it's 6 to 3 and timeout for Coach Dolo.
Hindi tayo guys, hindi tayo kaya. Ate, Viva!
6 to 3 now in set number 4 in favor of Alpha Omega with their starters back in. Actually, there's just one person from the second unit, and that is jersey number 23, Franz Rakaza. The rest are starters. The usual names are Coach Ejet Mabayad. This guy rested for the whole of set number 3 in Razel Palisok. Nice receive. An easy attack point for Lyceum. It's 4 serving 6. Ball up, chase. And a point ultimately, a service ace that was. Anything, Ivy, no? Anything that ends nang hindi maibalik yung service, ace agad yun. Oh, naitawid ng bola.
Receive, but a net violation error against Desuyo.
But just like that, our Bayleaf is able to inch closer. We're trying to clear up the score here. It's now 6-all in set number 4. A chance for Lyceum. Legaspi to the open. And now Lyceum gets the lead.
Alpha Omega struggling with their first ball. Power tip. Tan not able to keep that alive.
Let's see if Alpha Omega can respond. JD Diwa could not score. Legaspi opens up again. Alfaro puts it up. Set to the back. And Kim Tan was able to break down the wall. Tied at 7 here in set number 4. Which team will be able to send us to our first technical timeout? We have Franz Racaza doing the honors. Service to Kiko. Legaspi open once more. Nice block by JD Diwa. And so, it's Alpha Omega who will reach 8 points first here in set 4.
You're still watching the 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Averaging 13.5 points per match, Razel Palisok still wants to polish his connection sa teammates niya. May tendency daw kasi that they rely on him instead of trying on their own. As an opposite hitter and the focal point of their offense, he wants them to also push themselves to their potential and not think that he is the only option. This is the kind of connection that he is looking for. To get wins, they need to start working as a unit, he said. Migs, Ivy.
Thank you, Mika. It's now 9-7 here in set number 4. Legaspi, not the best of sets there. And here's Diwa who tried to answer on the other end. To no avail. A chance ball for Lyceum. Legaspi opens up. Ooh. Chance ball once more. Let's see if Alpha Omega can capitalize, and they will.
A whip there from Tan. Kim Tan now has 10 points.
It's 10 serving 7. Wow, a service ace coming in from Franz Racaza. And a separation being made here by Alpha Omega. 11-7.
Kalimutan nyo na yan ha. Oh, one stop lang tayo. Patakboy mo to, si Kiko dito sa gitna, tapos si Roger dito. Okay? Nagets mo? Okay, kahit sinong bigyan, bilisan mo ha, huwag mo magalan ha. Pwede mo iabot dito. Huwag ka magdikit-dikit ng backline. Ba't naglagay ka dito kanina?
5-0 daw. 5-0 rin yan.
Di ba dito tayo?
Oh, pre.
Di ba dito ang backline natin kanina? O ngayon, sa gitna mo lang. Ha?
Pagalawa mo lang. Save ba?
Emergency button for Coach Paul Jan Doloiras. Sabi nga ng players nila, 5-0 run ang nagaganap. At pwede magtuloy-tuloy pa para sa Alpha Omega. Let's see how Franz Racaza can continue to serve for the purple shirts as they try to end things in 4 sets here inside the Paco Arena. This matchup will be followed by Ateneo versus Army and then San Beda versus La Salle. Push. Chance. Open. Nice block again. JD Diwa continues to be alive. You can really, go
He's
ahead.
been scoring well off the block.
You can really see the difference though when Diwa is on the court.
Yung the aggressiveness, you know, especially at the defense at the net. Tsaka if you notice also, Diwa masipag pumasok eh.
Another point here for Alpha Omega. It's now 13-7. Wow, Franz Racaza is having himself a day at the service line.
This is a 7-point run.
Oh,
Of course, and as soon as you said that.
it usually happens.
So, but that was a 7-point run actually for Alpha Omega.
And that gives them a 5-point cushion. Let's see if they can take care of it. Service for Lyceum. Nice receive. And the hammer by JD Diwa.
And nothing that the Lyceum can do about that. Good setup. Perfect timing. No blockers.
Yeah. And he always has a clean hit though going down when he attacks on the slide. 14-8. Kiko Edang is rejected. How about that?
Excellent blocking from Alpha Omega.
15-8 now. JD. 15-8. Bit of an unconventional serve. Especially with the way his body folds. Off speed. Ball up. I see him to capitalize. No, sir. Here's Kim. Tan to the back. Chase. Aquino keeps it alive. Chance ball, Alpha Omega. 1, 2, 3, and the point.
Perfect execution on that play.
Second technical timeout, 16-8.
Bilang isang collegiate player pa po, nakikinig lang po ako sa mga sinasabi ng mga kuya ko, mga coaches ko. Kasi lahat naman po kami may potential. Doon ko po nabuboost yung sarili ko para gawin yung best ko hanggang maganda po yung maging outcome dun sa loob ng court, wala pong problema.
Watch the Spikers Turf live in HD and on demand via Pilipinas Live. Enjoy the action anytime, anywhere, and in any device. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipinasLive.com. The score reads 16-8 in set number 4 in favor of Alpha Omega against Bayleaf Hotels Lyceum. JD Diwa has been dominant in this game. He serves to try to increase the lead. Bencito opens up. Ball dug up by JD. And a chance for Lyceum. Back set. Tip. Recovery. Battle at the net. Nice. What a play by Alpha Omega.
Perfect execution for that quick attack.
9-point advantage now. This is relatively a big lead for Alpha Omega in this game. Would you say that this is their most dominant set so far?
Yes, definitely. Because they're, and this time, they're not giving Lyceum really any opportunity to reorganize themselves. And what is working really well for them right now is the defense at the net.
10-point lead now and 10 points for JD Diwa with 2 blocks to his name. He continues to put those serves in. Kiko, tough push with his left hand. The chance at the middle. And again, it's another point for Penny Kuramin. Double sub. Legaspi and Aquino check back in. It's 19 serving 8. JD Diwa still at the service line. Service in once more. Legaspi chooses Kiko. Finding the back. Nice dig. Tan rejected. Ooh! Tough save. Chance ball Lyceum. Can they capitalize though? Legaspi back to Edang. Nakaza keeping it alive. Push. Ooh,
That's
double
a
contact.
violation.
It happens more often than not to middle blockers, right?
Ay, well, I beg to disagree. No,
As a middle blocker yourself.
as a middle blocker myself. No, but there are certain sequences kasi like, the middle blocker would be the next best person to get it, especially pag yung sa harap, the net. Yeah, but so that's why probably there's a higher percentage or probability that na madodouble siya.
19-10 running hit. That has been very effective for Alpha Omega. The attack from the middle.
And they're actually very consistent also with that kind of play.
We have Teo and Fortuna checking in. Is this kind of unconventional? Because they usually do the double sub, no? Para full front row. Pero ang magsaserve naman dapat ay yung setter nila. So it is unconventional.
Well, they have their own, game plan here.
Whatever works.
But you still have your full front line, your setter.
Here's Stan. Bit low
Let's
there.
go.
And no chase. It's 20-11 now. Here we go. Back with Lyceum. They're down by 9 in set number 4. Michael Legaspi setting it in. There's the setup to Fortuna on the cross. He touched the net.
Point goes to Lyceum, so a lucky break there. That error keeps Lyceum alive. They're still in the game.
Legaspi will serve again. They're down by 8, 20-12. Fortuna first ball. He gets it back. Pambawi. Ball kept alive. Legaspi. Kiko rejected. Well, Kuramin has come alive, Ivy.
And again, the middles of Alpha Omega are doing the heavy damage here in this set. The blocking, even their attacks, are pretty consistent.
Ball up. Legaspi to the quick. And that meets the back line. Bayleaf just not pulling away. As long as there's light, they have a chance. Back set. Fortuna. Did he get the check?
No check. No. Oh, there was a check rather.
Yeah, we shall continue. And JD Diwa will return. He's been a big factor here in set number 4. And might I say, his shoes definitely fit the jerseys.
You noticed that too, ah?
Oh, yeah. Ivy, pink has been a great color nowadays for any sport.
That's right. It doesn't matter, actually looks good on the guys as well. Sabi nga nila, di ba, real men wear pink.
Right. Yun nga lang, Sunday ngayon. Hindi po Wednesday. Pero may Wednesday action din ang Spikers turf. Rakaza, that's low. Still no finishing touches from Alpha Omega. 15 serving 22.
Alpha Omega just needs 3 more points to close out this match.
Service goes in. No, not the best of receives. 6-point deficit. Imagine if they actually pull off a comeback here. EJ Polis serving. Diwa Wow, he hung in the air. Chance on the other end. Beautifully dug up. MJ, that meets the line. 23-16.
Just 2 more points, and Alpha Omega will close out this match and get their first win.
Strong serve, that's an ace. 8 match points now for MJ Fortuna and company. The former NU Bulldog who has transformed himself into, how do you call the Green Spikers
Yes.
of LaSalle? MJ, oh, that's long. Bit over-aggressive there. 17 serving 24 here in set number 4. Here's MJ from the back. Long again. What do you think is happening with him?
Well, I think for one, he was not in the right position, and he was still trying to hit the ball hard.
There you go. And we're done. It's 25-18 in favor of Franz Racaza and company. They wrap things up in 4 sets. So that's the first victory of the conference for Alpha Omega going up against Lyceum Bayleaf Hotels. Still a nice showing by Lyceum, extending this matchup onto 4 sets. Second unit wasn't able to deliver for Coach Edget in set 3, but definitely those who played in set 4, they were dominant. So that will do it for our second game here in the Spikers turf. We have 2 more coming right up. We'll be back to wrap this game up.
Back at the Paco Arena for your 2023 Spikers Turf, and I am with the best player of this match na si Razel Palisok. Razel, kanina napag-usapan natin yung desire mo na mag-contribute pa yung teammates mo, no? At mukhang nangyari naman yun sa match na to, lalo na sila Kim, si Diwa.
Sila Ginto, tsaka sila Perny, tsaka si Rakasa nag-step out din po eh. Tsaka yung mga libero namin, talagang nagpursigip at talaga sila para sa panalo namin ngayon.
Okay. Bukod doon, ano pa sa tingin mo yung kailangan yung ma-improve para magsunod-sunod na itong mga panalo nyo?
Yung maging kumpiyansa sa sarili lang para mabigay yung best nila sa every game.
Maraming salamat, Razel Palisok. Balik sa inyo, Migs Ivy.
Thank you, Mika. We also have to highlight the fact that Razel Palisok exemplified good floor defense
That's
today.
right. You know, that's also one of the contributions, the heavy contributions that he has. That not scoring, you know, but has greatly contributed in how they were able to get the win today.
All right, so there you see the final score, and we shall present some highlights in set number 4. Again, what was the first unit able to do for Coach Edget?
Well, definitely, you know, a lot of more. They're more eager and aggressive, faster movements inside the court. But what really made it for Alpha Omega here in set number 4 was they were very exceptional with their blocking and a lot of consistency also with their attacks.
So Kuramen, who else? Diwa, Rakaza played very well as well in set number 4. So there you have it, our statistics.
And then here are the numbers for set number 4. 15 attack points, only 5 for Bayleaf. And the blocking, we talked about this. This is what made it difficult for Bayleaf to score off their attacks. 5 big block points for Alpha Omega. 3 service aces for Bayleaf and only 2 for Alpha Omega. And still more errors here for Alpha Omega in the set. And I think we have to commend Lyceum because they were able to minimize the errors here in the set.
All right, there you have it. Congratulations to Alpha Omega for getting their first victory of the conference. Ateneo will take on Army in the next game, followed by San Beda versus DLSU. Thank you for joining us. For Ivy Remulla and Mika Besames, my name is Mix Gomez, and this has been your Spikers Turf Invitational Conference.